Have y'all seen that video going around of that woman who was abducted while on vacation in Tunisia? Y'all, look at my face. I cannot believe this shit. Like, they really tried to kidnap me in Africa. And if that shit happened to me, I know it happens to other people. And I just was blessed enough to get the fuck away. But all right, so when I came out here Friday. Friday night was cool. Saturday night we went out. I'm not a party person, so like an hour into the club, I'm like, you know, I always do this, nothing new. I'm like, all right, I'm going to the hotel. It's hella taxis outside. It's a lot of people out there. So the taxi brings me back to the hotel. I come upstairs. Well, no, I go to the front desk because I needed a key. My key, I don't know where my key was, but I went to the front desk to get a key. So they gave me a key. I come upstairs. Then I'm like, dang it, ain't no tissue. I go back downstairs. I go to the front desk. Y'all, that is the last thing I remember, being at the front desk. The next thing I remember is waking up in the back of a fucking car. I start freaking the fuck out. Like, I'm trying to get out. And once I get out, this guy, that shit is blurry. I thought the front desk, all that shit is blurry. I don't know what woke me up. I don't know what they gave me, what they did to me. I don't know. The last thing I remember is being at the lobby. So, the guy, you know, he get out the car. We're tussling. We fucking fighting. Like, I'm fucking fighting for my life. Like, I'm really like, all I kept thinking about was my fucking kids. Like, man, I gotta get back home to my kids. I'm really fighting for my life. Like, this nigga's punching me. Y'all can see, like, he's trying to telling me, shut up. I was not, like, giving up wasn't an option. Like, I really was fucking fighting for my life. So I managed to get away by the grace of God. I don't even know how I really got away. It's all woods. I just started running. I did not look back. I'm running fast as shit to where I could see cars and lights. I'm running fast as shit. But this shit is blurry. I don't know what they gave me or did to me. So once I get, you know, I finally was able to wave somebody down and get some help. A taxi brought me back to the hotel, right? So, okay, y'all, I'm in the airport. So I'm going to keep talking about it, though, before I forget. So the taxi brings me back to the hotel. So I'm running there. I tell Queen, y'all, I'm with Queen, so just keep up with me. I tell Queen, I'm like, they fucking took me. She telling me I'm yelling out shit, like, I was fighting for my life. Woody. She like, you just was so, you was in distraught, like you was in shock. You was crying and all that stuff. So, she got up there, she asked in the hotel, y'all, the hotel would not show us no videos. They was not helping us. They did not call the police for me. They did not give a fuck. That's how I know the hotel has something to do with it. Because it just doesn't make sense. So, what they're saying, right? They're trying to say that I never came back to the hotel. Like, once out their words of their mouth, they said I got snatched from the club. For one, how the fuck you know I was at the club? Two, if I got snatched at the club, where in the club I have this purse, I'm recording with this phone in the club. Like, we're having a ball. I got this purse on, and I'm recording this phone. How the fuck did my stuff get back in the room if I never came back? He keep trying to say, oh, y'all, it's just so much. It's just so much. But when I say I was fighting for my fucking life, like, they did not expect for me to make it back to that hotel. I was never supposed to come back to that hotel, yo. I was never supposed to come back. Then, you know what I'm saying, once I'm back, they looking so crazy. Queen go back downstairs. Nobody wants to talk to her. We don't want to talk to you. Now, nobody know no English. And for y'all to keep telling me that I never came there after the club, yes, the fuck I did. Yes, I know I did. But if I didn't come back after the club, right? Or if I, you know what I'm saying, if I didn't come back after the club, how the fuck is my stuff in? And say if I didn't, you know what I'm saying? What they saying, if I didn't, if I got taken from the club, or if I willingly walked out of the hotel, you're gonna show me. You were so pressed to show me running in while it was light time, distraught. That's the only video they showed. But when I'm running in, I have no purse, I have no phone. You know why? Because my shit was upstairs, because I was upstairs. Man, this shit is so stressful. I don't even know what to do, how to go about this, who to say nothing to. I don't know. I don't know. I did not come here like this. All of this right here is all over my body. Okay, y'all, and then it's just a lot of weird shit going on. Like, the manager decided, reminded this happened Saturday night, Sunday morning. Once I got back to the hotel from escaping, I stayed in my room. I didn't want to go nowhere. I had booked a flight. You know, the next available flight was in the day. You think they came and checked on me? You think he asked? You know why the police showed up? Do y'all know why the police showed up? The police showed up because the hotel said Queen was being disruptive and, like, you know what I'm saying? Down there being too loud and shit, yelling at them, disrespecting them and shit. They never knew nothing I was talking about pertaining to me, or nothing she was telling to me. I had to call the fucking embassy, the U.S. embassy. They came and they brought their own police officers. And then even the guys that was police that night kept telling Queen, oh, come with him. Go with him to make a report. Go with him to make a report. We showed the real police that the embassy brought, and he said that's not one of our guys. What the fuck? Like, I cannot make this shit up. And then the manager, I got a picture of him, y'all. He telling me, oh, it was just, so Monday, we going downstairs to talk and shit, so he could show us the cameras. He tell me, can you just stay in the room? And she go, we like, no, we not, like, nobody going nowhere by themselves. Y'all janky. He asked me, he like, you got some sunglasses, or you like, can you cover up? Fuck no. I want everybody to see what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, it happened here, from here. I know for a fact I was in here, and y'all keep trying to tell me I wasn't here. But how did my purse that I had at the club, which I'm on camera in the club with my phone in my purse, so then when I get back to the hotel, I don't have no phone, no purse. That's what they showing me. I don't have no phone, no purse. I don't even have shoes on. But my shit is upstairs. Then he like, oh, this was an accident. What the fuck do you mean it was an accident? This is the craziest shit I done ever been in my life. I travel a lot. It's not my first time out the country. It's not my second time out the country. I travel a lot. And the hotel won't show all the videos. If y'all innocent, just show the videos. You were so pressed to show me, oh, this is when she came back in. That's what they try to do. Oh, this is when she came back in. After I got into all that, you know what I'm saying? No, the fuck. That's not when I came back in. Y'all didn't expect me to come back in. That shit crazy.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Immaculate. If it's your first time coming across this channel, please do well by subscribing. Okay bestie, let's grow the family. Before we go any further, let me bring you up to speed. Africa has 54 continents, okay? So all of you who'll just say everything Africa, please get your facts together. Anyway, this is me to tell you that whenever you're planning to travel, I'm an African, but be aware of North Africa. So this lady was kidnapped in Tunisia, y'all. And how it happened, oh my god, very traumatizing. And the fact that they were playing with her mind and lying to her and even bringing fake cops, that's something else. Imagine you in a new country, no parents, no familiar faces, just you. She fought. She's actually a fighter. Watch.
Hey y'all, we need to talk. The conversation we're about to have is super sensitive. This is to bring light and awareness to the situation that happened with the Black American lady that got abducted in Tunisia. And we finna get deep. I am ethnically Malian, which is a country really not too far from Libya or Tunisia. 3 hours away, literally. It is so sad, but it's the truth. And I'm also gonna be super personal. My heart goes out to Mika, the lady from, I think, Maryland, who got kidnapped in Tunisia, which is an Arab country in North Africa. Arab country. And I don't really come on here, I guess, talk about stuff this really deep because it's just like, it's a lot, you know. People got their thoughts and opinions, but we know. We know. I feel like the only way y'all gonna really understand what I'm about to say, North Africa is basically the sundown town of Africa. Egypt, Tunisia, Algeria, Libya, and Morocco. Stay away. Stay away. As a Black person in general, I don't care where you're from, America, Caribbeans, wherever you are from, please do not go to North Africa. They do not like anything that looks like me because they don't look like us. Human trafficking, kidnapping, all of that, slavery is very normalized in North Africa. And that's not to generalize to say all North Africans are racist, but majority of them are. They do not like anything that looks like me. Don't do it, y'all. So a little bit of context. I am from Mali, which makes me ethnically Malian, which is right here. As you can see, Algeria right here, Libya and Tunisia and Morocco. There is an open, active slave market in Libya as we speak, and has been around for a very long time. My cousin was one of them. He was captured and sold in Libya, owned by a whole nother family. My blood cousin was captured in Libya and sold as a slave. This happened 2 years ago. A slave. Anymore. He was captured along with his other friends, and they are no longer here with us. God forbid what the Libyans have done with them. My cousin was the only one who had made it alive, and they shipped him on the boat to Italy. I had a cousin who made it out. And it's so sad that this is actually the norm in North Africa, especially in Tunisia and in Libya. Libya has an open slave market. They was not expecting her to make it through to be able to tell a story on TikTok. I can promise you that. And it's sad to say that this is so normalized. Like, I have an older sister who lives in Morocco, and she's been rejected by every single employer she's ever tried to work with. And their reasoning being, oh, we didn't know you were Black. What? Mind you, Mali and Morocco is like right there. Maybe an hour. Mind you, Moroccans are still Africans. But, you know, let them tell it. They say they're not Africans because they're not Black. Us West Africans, we know not to go to North Africa. As y'all can see, this is Libya. Next door is Algeria. Right below that is Mali, where I'm from. In Libya, there's an open slave market to this day. Slavery. Black Africans know not to cross the line and go to. And it's just so sad to see that this actually happened in 2025 in broad daylight over there. And the fact that she made it out, she fought. Like when you see those bruises and the marks that she has all over her face. But again, like I said, this is like an awareness video to, we just gonna say, Black Americans, or if you just a black person from any part of the world, please do not visit North Africa. A lot of West, South, and even East Africans were having an uproar, like, say North Africa, because we don't really associate ourselves with them, to be honest, because they don't want to be called Africans because they don't look like us, because they like. And it's sad to say that this is such a common thing that happens in North Africa. It's very common. North Africans do not like people that look like us. I'ma always say, if you want to come to the African continent, please do your research. Know what countries you want to come to. Egyptians on that, Moroccans on that, Libyans on that, Tunisians actually hate black people. You will hear an Egyptian, Moroccan say, I am not African, I am Arab, because they were colonized by the Arabs. But if that's the case, then I'm French, right? My country was colonized by the French, so what do you mean? To see that happen was one of the most saddest and traumatic situations that I've, like, I guess, seen on live. Like, her posting that TikTok video, I was like, no way. But then it wasn't shocking to me because North Africans, they actually, baby.
And that hotel did not expect for that lady to make it back alive. Their story's not even straight. The moment that they said to that lady, you never made it back from the club, they were done. She could have been coming from dinner. She could have been coming from an event. Who knows what she was coming from, but she specifically said the club. She had no purse, no wallet, nothing on her. Everything that she had was already in her room. She came downstairs and asked y'all for some toilet paper and then woke up in the back of somebody's car.
Okay, so as someone who is Black and Tunisian, it would be remiss of me not to make this video to raise awareness. So I'm sure y'all have seen that video of the lady. Her name is Mika. She was staying in a hotel called the Penthouse Suites, and she got kidnapped. Thank God she escaped. Thank God. Like, if I recall correctly, she was asked, the last thing she remembered asking was like if she could get a refill on toilet paper. And then next thing you know, she wakes up in the back of someone's car about to get trafficked. And as I think, thank God, she fought for her life and escaped. And then when she asked the hotel staff for footage to see what happened, and she got the U.S. Embassy involved, they wouldn't, like, comply or anything, which is absolutely ridiculous. And then I look up the name of the hotel, I try to see where it's at, and I find out it's in Ariana. With that being said, I'm going to give, like, my best insights. Ariana is not a place to stay if you're a tourist. I'm sorry. There is no way Mika could have known. Absolutely not. And then we have people trying to say this lady's lying about her story and her experiences. And then there's people out here, especially from Tunisia, trying to act like this lady's lying. Let's not act like this lady was not making videos with black eye scratches. And also the fact that trafficking, especially in North Africa, is a very huge issue. And then people downplaying like the racism black people, especially sub-Saharan African people, face from North Africans. And then there's me and my sister who goes to visit our family there. There are children who will come up to you saying, go back to our country. Mind you, like I said. But like I said, there's certain places in Tunisia you absolutely cannot go to. If you don't want to go to Tunisia in general, completely understandable. But if you are going and there's like no way around it, try to avoid Ariana, like I said. Try to avoid La Goulette. Avoid La Goulette. If you have to stay anywhere near the capital, which is Tunis, La Marsa is really good. Gamarat is nice. Like, even us, we don't really go near those areas unless we really have to visit our families. Like us, we went to Sousse. That's a very touristy destination, by the way. Sidi Bou Said. And another tourist destination is Djerba. That's a whole island. That's literally tourist destination. But Mika's information will be in my bio. I'm putting her GoFundMe in my bio. And I'm also going to be tagging her in this caption so you guys can have like the full concept of this story, because I really, really want awareness to be spread about this issue.
On the topic of Jamaica, the black woman who was kidnapped in Tunisia, she don't need to address this because I hope she's at home healing with her children and her loved ones. But I'm going to address some of these comments and dispel some of these myths. On one hand, I've seen a lot where people say Black Americans don't travel. We don't go anywhere. Then at the same time, when we do, all of a sudden, we're going to the wrong places. Why would you go there? And everywhere that I've been in the world, traveling and living abroad as a Black Muslim woman, every single place that I have gone, somebody has told me that that group of people don't like me there. Whether my Blackness, my Muslimness, my womanness, every single place. And I often see places like Italy where people are like, don't ever go there. I've always had an amazing time in Italy. I lived in China, never bothered, didn't have any serious issues, but a lot of people have experienced something. This idea that you can blanket one particular place or one particular group of people, unless they're white supremacists, or isn't real, just doesn't leave room for nuance, and that contextually, everybody has a different experience. And it's interesting to me that when those Wonder Bread girls booked their flights to Tunisia instead of Tunis, France, I saw 100,000 videos following up talking about how you should stop in Tunisia. Tunisia's beautiful. Now, all of a sudden, a Black woman gets online and says, with evidence, just the markings on her face alone, that she was kidnapped in Tunisia. Now, all of a sudden, oh, no, you shouldn't go there. You can be well-traveled and you can be self-aware. But wherever it is that there's bad people, something bad can happen.
I look a mess, I'm taking out my hair. But the story of the lady that got kidnapped in Tunisia, Africa and North Africa, and she fought for her life, makes me think of those two white girls that were on TikTok that were documenting their journey of getting stuck in Tunisia instead of going to France. They accidentally booked a flight to Tunisia. And the way TikTok was drilling down their neck about, oh, I don't know why you just didn't stay there. It's so beautiful. You're racist. I feel like sometimes people on TikTok comments just be talking, because those girls did not plan to fly to North Africa. And I've heard a lot of stories of women not being safe in North Africa. Their destination was France. But the way the comments were like, oh, you guys are racist. You guys didn't want to explore the land. Why would any, like that? That's just what that story reminded me of. I'm so sorry to the lady who got kidnapped and fought for her life in North Africa. That was horrible. And I really hope something is done about your situation. But I just feel like sometimes people on TikTok just be talking before thinking.
I just looked up the Penthouse Hotel Suite in Tunisia, and on Google Reviews, the hotel has over 500 views and they have a 4.1 star rating. On Bookings.com, it has an 8.0 star rating, which means that it's a pretty decent hotel. And when you look up the reviews, most people say pretty positive things. That is a problem, and that is scary, especially since an American woman just reported that she was kidnapped from this hotel and she fought for her life. It's been on local news for this week. If you haven't heard of this story, I urge you to watch it.
Have y'all seen that video going around of that woman who was abducted while on vacation in Tunisia? And for anyone who is not geographically inclined, here is where Tunisia is. Apparently, she was taken from the lobby of her hotel and had to fight for her life to escape, only to get back to her hotel, the Penthouse Suites, to be told by the hotel staff that she came back from the club like that. Like, they ain't see nothing, they ain't hear nothing. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not even sorry. It's giving inside job, because how are you now refusing to show the video when you seen me come in here looking like I was literally fighting for my life? My purse is upstairs. My phone is upstairs. Meg, you're telling me I don't know what I experienced. You're telling me that I wasn't just taken from your property, like that nobody saw nothing. Everybody was Stevie Wonder. The math is not math, and it's an inside job. I am so glad that she is safe and on her way back home, because what borders Tunisia is Libya. There is literally an active slave trade. I'm sure these people thought that, they was going to take her and nobody was going to say nothing and it was going to be just fine. They was going to make their money on the back end and her family was never going to see her. One thing I wanted to call out is the fact that this woman is being vulnerable with us in a very, very traumatic moment. And instead of focusing on her well-being, y'all in the comments talking about, don't say Africa, be specific. It's not the time for that. Can we focus? Can we just focus for a second? The entire situation is just so sad and I really do hope she gets some semblance of justice.
I have seen at least 3 videos today of American women who were kidnapped in Morocco and Tunisia. These countries are in North Africa. Please always specify because they said Africa. Some of them have open wounds and I don't think it's something new. All the videos I've seen are black women. So be very careful. Arabs can be very, very racist. Be very careful. Some of you are talking to these men on TikTok live video. Before you know it, you are in their country. Thinking you go and meet your sugar, whatever. Be careful. This is not the time to be trusting random people overseas. Be smart. I feel like it's something that has been happening for so many years. The shine is not always gold on the, how do we say it? The gold is not always shine on the other side. Is it gold? What gold cannot, what shines is not gold. What always, no, there's something. What shines is not always gold. How do we say that word? What shines is not gold. I forgot. What shines is, how do we say that one? That is it proverb? How do we call it? What shines is not always gold. The gold is not always shine. Oh, I forgot it.
So with regards to Jamaica Ivy, the black woman who was kidnapped in Tunisia, I just left the Tunisian embassy in Washington, D.C. One of the things that I will never play about is black women, and I'm going to listen to black women the very first time to see what it is that happened to Jamaica and the fact that she was able to make it home safely to her daughters, to her family, means that now is the time for us to stand up for her. I could not fathom going through something so traumatic, coming on the internet and sharing it with people to get the word out, and folks either one, dismissing it as though things like this don't happen every single day. I did not record my conversation inside the embassy because number one, this is federal grounds and it is against the law. And number two was because my goal was very simple: to get Jamaica's story told, to find whomever are the powers that be, and to ensure that either they are able to contact her or she is able to contact them, so that way she can get her story told and she can get justice. It's justice for Jamaica time. I got my Annalise Keating blazer on, and I mean business, because I am undoubtedly my sister's keeper.
So did y'all see that black American woman that got kidnapped in Africa? She was fighting for her life. Do you know Africans are in the fucking comments saying, don't say you got kidnapped in Africa?
There's a method to the madness, yeah? There's a reason why thousands of Africans are saying the same thing. It's not because they don't care about what happened to her, yeah? It's because they are trying to tell you something. Now, that place is a no-go area for black Africans. Africans living on the continent itself. They don't go there. They don't even speak about them, bro. Like, there's a reason why when we are talking about Africa, nobody brings them up, yeah? Now, in 2023, I think, yeah, that was 2 years ago, the president of Tunisia came out to say, black Africans that go, they want to change the demographics of the country, inciting violence, and they were attacking black people like crazy, which made the president of Guinea, if I'm not mistaken, to take a plane and go and bring his people back. Yeah, so they are very anti-black. It's extremely anti-black. Yeah, and when you ask them what black people did to them, they can't tell you why. It's like, it's the most bizarre thing. They can't tell you why, what the black Africans did to them. Like, it's weird. Yeah, they, like, I'm talking to you right now, there's an active slave trade going on. Like, someone is being sold right now. Yeah, I've met so many people, so many Africans that go through North Africa into Europe, yeah, and not a single one of them has something positive to say. Not even one. Yeah, I met this girl that went through that area. You can imagine what happened to her. When I was speaking to her, there's no light in her eyes, bro. She's gone. She's destroyed. Yeah, just imagine what if the men are going through a lot. Just imagine what a young woman going through that region is going. So it's when Africans are screaming, listen to them. Yeah.
A black woman from Maryland was kidnapped in Tunisia last week. But her story is not an isolated incident, and what we found in our research is concerning for all Black travelers. Let's talk about it. What's up, y'all? My name is Leroy. I'm the editorial media director for Culture Travels Media, where every Friday we bring you travel news with our partners at Stamped. The story is still developing, so we're going to read verbatim exactly what Mika has reported in her testimony about the incident. And then we're going to share with you what we discovered in terms of a larger pattern of kidnapping Black migrants and Black tourists in Tunisia. A Black American woman from Montgomery County was vacationing in Tunisia with her friend Queen. Last Saturday night, after returning to her hotel from a club, she went to the lobby to get tissues. That's the last thing she remembers before waking up in the back of a car being driven by a stranger, according to Mika. Mika says she fought back, she opened the car door, screamed for help. The driver punched her repeatedly in the face, trying to silence her. But she kept thinking about her kids back home, so she kept fighting her way out. According to Mika, when her friend Queen tried to get help from the hotel staff, they walked away, told her, "This didn't happen here, we don't know what you're talking about." Fortunately, Mika has made it back home, she's with her family and she's with her kids. She has sustained black eyes and bruises all over her body. She's alive, but after this story broke, we started to do some digging, and what we found reveals something much bigger in terms of the safety for Black migrants and Black tourists in Tunisia. Tunisia isn't just a place where Black travelers are being targeted. It's become a hotbed for human trafficking, and allegedly, Tunisian authorities are complicit. According to 3 testimonies from migrants who were rescued in the Mediterranean, Tunisian police are intercepting Black African migrants, handcuffing them and driving them to the Libyan border where they're sold to militia. Listen to this. One survivor named Charlie from Cameroon said, "The Tunisian police sold us to kidnappers, Libyan bandits. The selling price was 150 dinars, approximately $25, less than the price of a goat. $25 for a human life." A woman named Ivana, 26, was living in Tunisia when police raided her home at night. She was handcuffed, driven to the desert, and handed to the armed Libyan men. To get out, her sister in Cameroon went into debt to pay $690. Another woman, Aisha, 22, watched 2 of her friends die in a Libyan detention center. She was held for 8 months. When one of her friends died in her lap, she cried and was beaten for it. These aren't random incidents. This is a documented pattern. In October of 2024, the United Nations Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights raised concerns about migrants being sold by Tunisian security forces to armed groups in Libya. In January 2025, a report called State Trafficking presented evidence of systemic targeting of Black migrants in Tunisia through mass raids, detention without due process, and forced transfer to Libyan traffickers. And here's what makes it worse. The European Union and Italy are funding Tunisia's border enforcement through migration deals, knowing this is happening. So when we hear about Mika, a Black American woman on vacation, being drugged and almost trafficked, we have to ask ourselves, are Black tourists being targeted in the same networks that are trafficking migrants? The truth is, we don't know yet, but what we do know is Tunisia is not safe for Black travelers right now. Tunisia markets itself as a tourist destination, beautiful Mediterranean beaches, rich history, and affordable luxury. But behind the tourism facade, Black bodies, whether migrants or tourists, are being treated as disposable. Mika, when she tried to get help from the hotel staff, they denied her. They said that this didn't happen, the same way that authorities deny what's happening to migrants. Last thing we want to do is discourage you all from visiting any place, especially other Black countries. But this is bigger than travel recommendations. This is about a system of anti-Black violence being enabled by state actors and the rest of the world looking away because migrant agreements are more important than Black lives. So here's our recommendation. If you're planning to travel to Tunisia, don't. You know someone who's there, tell them to leave. And if you're working with a travel agency that's still encouraging you to visit Tunisia, ask them why are they putting Black lives at risk. And that's our story from this week, y'all. We're happy that Mika and Queen both have made it home safely. Travel informed, travel safely, and we'll catch y'all next Friday. Have a good one.
Next time you're planning for a trip, please be careful. Travel with someone, and this goes to those people that do solo traveling. I travel solo sometimes, but to a safer country or a country that's just next to my country, okay? So be safe, get your facts together. Don't just come to Africa. Know which side of Africa you're going. If it's in Kenya, fact check. Do your research before going to any country. Okay, your security is very important, and also just have your embassy numbers readily available just in case. We need to avoid this. And for my girlies, please be careful when vacationing. Okay, thank you so much for staying till the end. See you on the next one. Bye.